Hello, dear friends. You know, life has a funny way of being both loud and quiet. The loud bits we usually notice. A cough, a stumble, a loud sneeze that could wake the cat. But the quiet things? Oh, they're the sneakiest. They slip in softly, like a draft through a window we forgot to close. No drama. No fireworks. Just their dot, and sometimes those quiet things are the most dangerous. We've all heard stories, haven't we? Grandpa was still walking to the post office every morning. Auntie May still danced in the kitchen while making her famous carrot soup. And then suddenly they weren't there. Gone far too soon. And the doctor said it was something we should have seen earlier. But how do you see something that hides so well? Today, we're going to talk about 7 of those sneaky little health issues. The ones that don't shout, don't bang on the door, but still manage to slip past unnoticed. They're not the usual suspects. They don't come in waving red flags. In fact, they might even look like harmless aging. A little tiredness, a bit of forgetfulness, a slightly slower walk. We're not here to scare you. Well, maybe just a little bit. But lovingly, like a grandchild warning grandma not to keep her phone in the freezer again. We're here because we care. Because knowing these silent threats might be the one thing that helps you or someone you love stay just a little bit longer. So grab a warm cup of tea, get comfy, and let's gently open the window to some truths we don't talk about enough. Because even in silence, there are things we're hearing. Number 1, chronic kidney disease, the quiet filter that slows down now. If kidneys could talk, they'd probably say something like, I've been quietly cleaning up your mess for 70 years. Would it hurt you to drink more water? You see, our kidneys are quiet workers. No fuss, no drama. Just filtering the blood, balancing fluids, keeping things ticking. But as we age, those little filters can get tired. Chronic kidney disease, or CKD, doesn't usually burst in the door screaming. It tiptoes, slowly, silently, often with no symptoms until it's already taken a big toll. Many seniors don't even realize their kidneys are struggling. Maybe they feel a bit more tired. Maybe their appetite is off, or their ankles get puffy. But let's be honest, who over 60 doesn't feel a bit tired or swollen now and then, right? That's what makes CKD so dangerous. It hides behind the normal aches of aging. The scary part? By the time we do notice something's wrong, kidney function might already be below 30%. And yet, if caught early, it can often be managed with simple changes: diet, hydration, and a gentle checkup here and there. So if there's one thing we could whisper into every senior's ear, it might be this: your kidneys are polite, but don't wait for them to shout. Get those labs checked. Ask your doctor. And if you're always tired or your socks are leaving deep marks on your ankles, don't brush it off. It could be more than just the wrong shoe size. Our quiet kidneys deserve a bit of attention before they stop working quietly forever. Number 2, hypertension, the silent pressure building in the background. Blood pressure. The thing doctors always mumble about while wrapping that little cuff around our arms. Just relax, they say, while squeezing your arm like a balloon. At a toddler's birthday party. But here's the thing about high blood pressure, or hypertension: it rarely makes a fuss. No pain, no rashes, no visible signs. It just sits there, quietly pressing against the walls of your arteries, day after day, year after year. For many seniors, it becomes a kind of uninvited roommate, one that never says a word, never pays rent, but slowly wrecks the furniture. Left unchecked, hypertension damages the heart, the brain, the kidneys. It's a full-time troublemaker wearing an invisibility cloak. And yet, most people feel fine. Maybe a bit lightheaded once in a while. Maybe they just think it's stress, or the weather, or the grandkids climbing on their backs. But that's the trick. That's why they call it the silent killer. Because by the time symptoms show up like chest pain or blurred vision, something serious may already be happening inside. But here's the lovely part. It's very manageable. A bit of movement each day, less salt, fewer midnight chips, and keeping up with medication can work wonders. And yes, checking your blood pressure regularly, even if you feel just fine. We don't need to fear hypertension. We just need to notice it. Because pretending it's not there won't make it go away. And trust me, ignoring it is like ignoring a leaky pipe. One day, the damage shows up, and by then, you've got a soggy ceiling dot, so let's not wait for the ceiling to fall, shall we? Take a breath. Get it checked. Because there's nothing weak or dramatic about wanting to stay alive a bit longer. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to subscribe and join our community where we celebrate life's later chapters with heart, humor, and hope. Number 3. Type 2 diabetes, the sugar that slips through the cracks now. If sugar had a personality, it'd be that charming guest who brings cake to the party, makes everyone laugh, and then quietly steals your car when you're not looking. Type 2 diabetes is a bit like that. It doesn't kick the door down. It doesn't shout. It sneaks in smiling politely. A little extra thirst here. A touch of fatigue there. Maybe your glasses feel blurry or your toes are tingling, but nothing that stops you from living your day, right? And that's what makes it dangerous. For many older adults, type 2 diabetes goes undiagnosed for years. We chalk the symptoms up to just getting older. A slower walk, must be the knees. Tired all the time? Well, that's just life. But in truth, our blood sugar might be dancing a dangerous waltz behind the scenes, quietly harming nerves, kidneys, eyes, and even our hearts. The trouble is, once damage is done, it doesn't always reverse. But here's the good news, it doesn't have to get that far. This isn't about cutting joy out of your life. It's about understanding that a sweet life doesn't always need sugar on top. Small changes like walking after meals, eating colorful veggies, cutting down on processed treats can keep that sugar dragon asleep. And of course, checking those blood sugar levels once in a while, even if you feel perfectly fine. Because by the time diabetes starts making noise, it may have already made itself at home. So, dear friends, let's be gentle with ourselves, but also a little bit clever. That extra slice of cake. Share it with a neighbor. That fizzy drink? Maybe switch it for water with lemon, still fancy. Just less sneaky. And if your feet feel funny or your vision's gone fuzzy, don't just wait and hope. Ask. Because prevention isn't about fear, it's about freedom. The freedom to dance a little longer, laugh a little louder, and stay just where you belong, here with us. Number 4. Osteoporosis, the quiet thief of strength and steadiness. Have you ever hugged someone and thought, gosh, they feel lighter than last time? That might not just be weight loss. It could be bone loss. Osteoporosis is one of those. Quiet little conditions that never bangs a drum. It doesn't cause fevers. It doesn't make you cough. It doesn't even ask for a day off. It just quietly, patiently, slowly steals your bones. One tiny bit at a time. And sadly, many people, especially seniors, don't know they have it until something breaks. A hip, a wrist, a little stumble in the garden turns into a big hospital stay. And suddenly, independence becomes a memory. Bones, you see, aren't just rigid sticks. They're living tissues. And with age, especially in women after menopause, they can lose density without a single warning sign. One day you're reaching for a tea mug. The next day you're wondering why your back won't straighten quite right. But here's the gentle truth. We can do something about it. Walking helps. So does sunshine. So does eating calcium-rich foods. Yes. Including leafy greens and almonds, not just milk and cheese. And for heaven's sake, if someone offers you a bone density scan, say yes. It's not painful. It's not embarrassing. And it could save you from a very preventable heartbreak. So if your back aches more than it used to, or if you're getting a little shorter in your family photos, don't laugh it off entirely. That little shrink might be your bones asking for help. Let's stay upright a little longer, shall we? Because strong bones mean strong hugs, and the world still needs yours. Number 5. Atrial fibrillation, the heartbeat that skips without a sound. You know that feeling when you're listening to your favorite old record and suddenly it skips? Just a tiny glitch, but enough to make you pause. That's a bit like atrial fibrillation, or a FIB. It's not a heart attack. It doesn't come with sirens or chest-clutching drama. It's more like the heart quietly misplacing its rhythm, just enough to send signals offbeat, silently behind your ribs. Sometimes flutters, sometimes it races, sometimes it's completely silent. And that's the trouble. Many seniors walk around with AFib for years and have no idea. Maybe they feel a bit dizzy now and then. Maybe they get tired after walking up the stairs, but don't we all? But behind the scenes, the heart may be quietly flickering in an irregular pattern that increases the risk of stroke fivefold. Yes, 5 times more likely. And many of those strokes can be devastating, life-changing, all from a rhythm gone little wobbly. But here's the gentle hope. AFib can be found and managed. A simple pulse check, a basic ECG, some medications or lifestyle changes. Sometimes procedures, sure, but often it's just a matter of paying attention. So if your heart sometimes feels like it's dancing to its own beat, or if you've ever noticed fluttering, breathlessness, or unexplained fatigue, please don't brush it off as just age. Age brings wisdom, not weird rhythms. Ask your doctor to have a listen. Take a moment to feel your pulse, because your heart has worked hard for you all these years quietly, faithfully, beat after beat. Let's not ignore it when it whispers for help. Number 6. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. The breath that slowly fades. Breathing something we do without thinking, every second of every day. But imagine if each breath felt a little heavier, like carrying a secret weight inside. Your chest that no one else can see. That's what happens with COPD. It's a slow, sneaky thief of breath. It creeps up quietly, often disguised as a stubborn cough or just a little more shortness of breath climbing the stairs. Many seniors blame it on getting older or just a smoker's cough. But it's much more serious than that. COPD makes everyday tasks feel like little mountains. It steals the joy of deep breaths and the comfort of a full lungful of fresh air. And yet, it rarely announces itself loudly until it's well underway. The scary part? It's often preventable and manageable. Quitting smoking, avoiding air pollution, getting vaccinated against flu and pneumonia, and using prescribed inhalers can make a world of difference, but only if we catch it early. So if you find yourself pausing more often, wheezing quietly, or coughing up something that lingers longer than it should, don't just chalk it up to old age. Take a moment, breathe deep, and get it checked. Because life is too precious and breaths are too few to waste even one. Number 7. Alzheimer's disease. The mind that slowly fades like a whisper. Imagine your favorite song slowly losing its melody. The words fading until all that's left is a soft, confusing hum. That's a bit like Alzheimer's. A silent, heartbreaking thief of memories and moments. It doesn't storm in. It tiptoes, stealing pieces of your story one by one. Names, faces, places you've loved, and even the little daily routines that make life familiar. It's confusing not just for those living with it, but for everyone who loves them. For seniors, early signs can be so subtle. Forgetting where you put your glasses or mixing up appointments. Little things that seem innocent, but slowly pile up. And here's the tough part. There's no cure yet, but there's hope in understanding, patience, and support. Catching it early means getting help sooner, making plans, finding moments of joy even on the hard days. So if you or a loved one find memories slipping like sand through fingers, don't be afraid to ask for help, because no one should walk this quiet path alone. Alzheimer's may whisper, but love can shout louder. As we grow older, our bodies and minds face challenges that can sometimes feel overwhelming. These 7 quiet diseases may not shout or demand attention, but their impact is real and deeply felt. Yet here's the truth: knowing is power. Recognizing the signs early, seeking help, and embracing small changes can make all the difference. Because growing older isn't about giving up. It's about living fully, with grace, with laughter, and with hope. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There are hands to hold, hearts to understand, and stories yet to be written. Let's listen to our bodies, cherish our memories, and keep walking forward one gentle step at a time, because every day is a precious gift, and you deserve to live it well. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt health tips and stories. Give us a like to show your support, and comment below to share your thoughts or experiences. We love hearing from you. And please share this video with your friends and family so we can all take better care of ourselves and our loved ones. Thank you so much for watching and being part of this community. Stay well, stay kind, and see you in the next video.